What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. This is Force here with some more Friday Night Magic, and today we're going to be playing a blue and white Flyers deck. This was posted up by Legend VD of No Goblins Allowed, and it's pretty straightforward. Ideally, we get a Cloudfin Raptor out early, we pump him up with our other creatures, and the creatures in this deck have flying, which bypasses any non-flying creatures or creatures that don't have reach, which fortunately enough tends to be the case a lot of the time, because the majority of the creatures that people are playing are ground creatures. That's in fact been the case across all of Magic for as long as I've ever played it. So yeah, that's the general premise, that's the idea behind this deck. And in addition to what I just explained, the deck also has some control, some removal, some bounce back. We've got things like Vapor Snag and Reprisal. We're running Pester Might to tap creatures that could prove as blockers, and to get by them, try to work down our opponent. Or you can use it to untap creatures as well. It's an incredibly useful card. We just played the Loyal Pegasus. Comes into it's a 2/1 flyer, which is nice at only 1 mana. But the big hang up with it is that it can only attack or block if there's another attacking or blocking creature. It can't do those things alone. It's a codependent Pegasus. It requires other people in its vicinity to get things done. We're playing against a Goblin deck, which is a wee bit annoying. I'm actually going to Vapor Snag that guy. I want to just slow him down a little bit, because if I slow this deck down just a little bit, I think it'll give us enough time to pull out a victory. So we're going to go ahead and Vapor Snag this, which is going to bounce it back to his hand, plus it deals 1 damage to him. So the danger with the Goblin deck is they're going to get a ton of creatures in play, and then he's going to pump them up and just swing for a boatload of damage. So if I can just stall that even briefly, it can be a pretty awesome situation. Plus, if he gets huge creatures in the future, we do have the Reprisal to deal with something like that. All right, so we're going to swing with everything here. This is going to be for 3 damage. We have a second Cloudfin Raptor in play. So like when we play the Pester Might, both of them are going to get pumped up, which will be really nice. And again, even just stalling him, that 3 damage, it helps us out so much. And he's going to pretty much be swinging every turn, most likely, because why not? He can't block any of the stuff that we have anyways. Now the danger, though, is that because he's red, he very well may have some removal in the form of like shocks and just direct damage and things like that. All right, he's going to replay this guy. There's a shock. That's going to go to maybe this guy. Nope, goes to that guy. Okay. So he kills our evolved Cloudfin. I mean, I could throw down the Pester Might, but I'm probably just going to save it to his turn. But I'm pretty sure I can still attack him with, yeah, I can attack him with both of these. So we're going to attack him with both of these. So not playing the Pester Might now does reduce 1 damage that we could have gotten from the Cloudfin Raptor, but what it does do is it's going to stave off damage from our opponent next turn, because I'm going to play this when he declares combat to tap one of his creatures. So let's see. He's going to play an Arsonist. When that dies, he gets to deal 1 damage to whatever he chooses. So once he declares combat phase, we're going to toss this down. There it is. Combat phase is declared. We're going to toss this down. We get to tap or untap a creature. And we are going to choose to tap his Denizen, his 2/1. And since it's tapped, it will not be able to attack. Does he have a second shock here? No, he's got a fling. He is going to sacrifice a creature and fling it at something else. So let's see what he chooses here. Chooses not to use the fling. Takes the tap. Chooses to use the fling. Chooses not to. I don't know. Make up your mind, bro. The creature's just tapped. It's not dead. You don't have to do this. He's going to fling that, dealing 2 damage to my Pester Might. Okay. And then he's going to attack for 2. But that's fine, because we still have 3 coming towards him next turn. 1 more land gives us a Phantasmal Dragon to toss in play, which will be nice. We have to be, you know... he really should have done the fling on the Arsonist, because he could have killed the Pegasus and then used the 1 damage to kill the Pester Might. So I think that was a little bit of a misplay. You know, not that I don't make misplays of my own. But now, unless he's got another fling in hand, now he doesn't have a kill condition for... He could have killed more, that's all I'm saying. And sacrificing the Denizen doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Maybe he didn't read the Pester Might, and he thought I was killing his creature or something? I don't know. All right, he's going to swing with everything, as expected. Which bring us down to 13. And he's got 3 cards in hand. There's a Bolt. It's going to do 3 damage. He's going to choose to do that to me. And then he gets to scry for 1. Alright. So that's interesting that he chose to do that to me. We're going to play the Phantasmal Dragon. He's only got 3 damage in play right now. He would have to find another 6. Which I don't know that I think he can do. I am going to attack him with both of these. Do I really think he can get another 6 damage? I do. So I am just going to attack... Oh, you know what? I guess he doesn't have another 6 damage because he wouldn't have left the game if he did. So we're going to attack him for 4 in the air. Oh, man. I don't know. Let's see what the AI manages to come up with. Alright, he's going to attack with all 3. I will block, not the Arsonist. We'll block one of those guys, though. 2 goes through, nothing else, and that is the game. Alright, well that's nice. That worked out for us quite beautifully. Let's just, for the sake of it, we'll play the Pestermite. I don't know why I did that. That was pointless. Alright, let's go ahead and attack in the air with everything here. That's for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He is at 6, and that is the game. This is a much, much different looking hand, but it still could be pretty good, especially with the Squadron Hawks and the Bident of Thassa here. And the Skymark Rock is really good as well. So I'm actually going to keep this hand. So this is going to be a much different game from the game that we saw previously. And the last game, we started off with almost like a perfect opener with the Cloudfin Raptor and then a turn 2 drop, which could be anything. It could be the Pegasus or it could be a Squadron Hawk, but that's like an ideal opener for me. This one is a little bit slower, but it has the potential to be very potent with the Bident of Thassas. Ooh, you know what? We just drew a Cloudfin Raptor, so I'm going to hold off on the Squadron Hawk. We're going to play the Raptor now. So this is really... Like, this has a chance to just be pretty scary, for real. As long as we hold on to our flying creatures. And the Squadron Hawk is amazing, because the thing is, when you get 1 Squadron Hawk, you've got 4 Squadron Hawks. That's basically how it works. Alright, Aura spells cost 1 less to cast whenever... Okay, so he's going to be targeting this thing with stuff to pump it up, give it counters, and then he's going to have auras as well. So that could be really scary, to be honest with you. This makes our flyers cost 1 less, which I wouldn't mind having in play. And yeah, let's throw that down, because then we could Skymark Rock next turn. Oh, no, yeah, I'm an idiot. I should have done the Squadron Hawk first. That would have given us extra layers of evolve. I didn't even think about that. So you want to make sure that you're evolving from lowest to highest if you can. Now, because we skipped out on the Squadron Hawk, when I play the Squadron Hawk, Cloudfin Raptor will not get pumped up. I have to progressively play creatures that are bigger than what the Cloudfin Raptor is. So doing that... Oh, shoot. Of course he's sitting with flying now, so now he can block my stuff. That's not good. I've got to find some sort of bounce back for him. I mean, it doesn't have vigilance, so that's good. But if he does get vigilance on this thing, that completely negates so much of my damage. Which really sucks. Huh. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. I can, you know, with a Bident, I can force this creature to attack in upcoming turns, though. So I'm actually going to play the Bident. So with the Bident, during his turn, I can say, your creatures must attack. That way he can't save for blockers. I'm not going to attack now. So that's very good. That's very good. And then the way this card works is whenever I have a creature that does combat damage to a player, I get to draw a card. So I draw a card for each creature that does damage to the other player. That's how it works. But the problem is I can't do this until his next phase, until his next combat phase, because I need the mana to be able to activate that, which I don't have right now. He is going to attack. Okay. Well, we're going to let that go through. We're going to let 4 damage go through, because then we get to draw 2 cards coming up. Yeah, and I'm going to play the Squadron Hawk for 1. So let's see what we draw. We draw, I don't want to play that. Okay, so we're going to... Yeah, let's play the Squadron Hawk first and filter out our deck. That's what I'd like to do. Okay. So we're going to get the Squadron Hawks. We're going to get all 3. Actually, no, because we're about to draw 2 cards. And I don't know if we're going to draw a land or not, so let's just get 2. Okay, and then I attack for 2. Okay. Excuse me, I attack for 3, but with 2 creatures. And we get to draw 2 cards. I just want to draw planes, that's what I'm hoping for. There's a Vapor Snag, that's nice too. That's actually super nice. Okay, and then we're just going to play this. We can't play another Squadron Hawk, we can't play the Rock. I was contemplating playing the Rock because it would let me bounce this back, but... Okay, we're gonna force his creatures to attack this turn. And we're gonna be bouncing that back to his hand, which is gonna drop off the aura plus the counter. Now his creatures are forced to attack this turn. He has no choice. Well, the ones that can't won't. Like the ones with Summoning Sickness can, but... I'm not gonna block anything, but we're gonna bounce back his 4/5. So this bouncing back to his hand removes the counter, drops the aura, which goes into his graveyard, and obviously we don't take the damage as well. He's gonna God's Willing, giving it protection from blue. And it gets pumped up. So he responded by giving it pro blue, which stops me from bouncing it back. The spell fizzles. You know, in this case then, I am going to block. We're gonna block the 5/6. With our 1/1, we'll take the 2. Okay. I really need to draw more plane sources. That's what I need. I would be in a much better position than I am now. But luckily we've got chump blockers, so. Alright, I'm gonna play a Cloudfin Raptor. And then we're going to go with the attack. So that we draw cards. I want to see what we get here. See what we draw here. Draw both cards. There's a plains. There's a reprisal. Oh my god, the reprisal is so good. So we can play one of the Squadron Hawks for a single mana. Which is gonna get the... I'm doing this for the extra evolve triggers, plus it gives me a nice chump blocker. Yes, we're going to search through for another Squadron Hawk. We will take it. We are not going to do anything else because we want to reprisal, so we need to save our planes. So I'm going to force him to attack again. And then we will reprisal. Okay, that's hilarious. What is this? Yeah. We're going to force his creatures to attack. So during combat phase, he must swing with everything. And we have got the reprisal. I don't know what he just did. Oh, he's going to pump up the paladin? Okay. So during declaring combat, we're going to attempt to reprisal a 6/7 unless he's got another protection. He does not have another protection. Now he's forced to attack with both creatures. And I will double block to kill this. Let's see if he has anything to stop that from happening. He does not. So that dies, which is huge because that gave him card advantage. I mean, we have the Bident for card advantage. It's not like we're not in a position where we're getting card advantage too. But I think at this point we kind of just win the game. I don't see how he comes back from this at this point. And you know what? Let's just go for the extra evolve triggers. Whatever. We don't need to be too crazy here. So we're going to play a Skymark Rock. Get an evolve trigger. And then we're going to... let's draw our cards before we make any decisions. I'll swing with everything that we have right now. Swing for 2, 4, 5. Draw 3 cards, which I will say yes to. Vapor Snag, nice. Pegasus. And a land, beautiful. So we play the land. We play a Squadron Hawk for 1. We've got the Vapor Snag in case he gets anything crazy. Squadron Hawk, search through. I don't think we have anything else. Yeah, we don't. We could also play the Nimbus. I'm just going to save for the Vapor Snag. And we should just win next turn. We're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's got a Nimbus Wings a creature. Oh my god, that's so... I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. We're going to Vapor Snag that. Oh, he's doing it to attack right now, really. Well, I'm not forcing him to attack this turn. He's choosing to. Alright, we are going to Vapor Snag his creature. Let's see if he's got protection. He does not. Creature bounces back to his hand. He loses a life. The aura drops off. And he's going to replay his Paladin. But once again, we have got fatal damage in play. Even more so once we play the Baneslayer. Baneslayer comes down. We get another Evolve trigger. And then we go ahead and attack in the air for way more damage than he has. Skymark, we can bounce back a creature to his hand. Bounce back his 2/2 Paladin thing. And with fatal damage swings through, and we win the game. Ooh, this is pretty good looking. Alright, let's keep this bad boy. Very, very nice. Turn 1 Cloudfin Raptor. And followed up with a Squadron Hawk if we draw planes, which we don't have at the moment, unfortunately. But all around, this is a pretty solid looking hand. I do have to say so. And we've got the Pestermite in case we draw, when and if we draw a third land, which I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we end up doing. All right, so this first turn, let's go ahead and put down the Cloudfin Raptor. That should work out for us, and again, just kind of hope that we draw into a plains. We did just draw, I think, twice, which is very nice, so if we don't draw into a plains-producing land for our Squadron Hawk, we can think twice and hopefully get into something sooner than later. Because right now, you know, attacking with a creature that it's not going to do any damage. He just played a 2/2 Exalted first, 2/2 Exalted first strike, which really stinks, because this means he's going to be hitting us, for 3. Next turn. Now, we could Vapor Snag, but honestly, we really need to go for the plains, so we're going to have to save our mana for the sake of playing that Think Twice, so we can get that extra card draw, and then next turn, we get a card draw as well. So we'll be holding off on the Vapor Snag, at least for now. And it looks like we're just playing a mono white deck. He just tossed down a Mentor of the Meek, and now he'll be hitting us for 3. So this is going to be pretty painful. Yeah, that's a really annoying creature. Although I might have to bounce back his Mentor of the Meek. That might be a better choice, because that way it's going to stop him from getting any card advantage. Because he's already got a decent advantage as it is, just in terms of his board state. Alright, we're going to think twice. Unfortunately, that gives us a plains. That's not good. Well, we do have the Pestermite. I mean, yes, the Pestermite will pump up this. He's going to pump him up, but I prefer to play the other thing. So I'm going to think twice again. And then next turn, we're just going to Vapor Snag. Oh my gosh. This is really bad. Okay, so we're going to be Vapor Snagging his bro here before he plays a creature. That way he can't trigger the effect with the card draw or whatever. And then if he wants to play that again, he can play it again. Looks like he does decide to play it again. So we do get him to lose 1 life. So the real question here is, like, do I sacrifice the Cloudfin Raptor as a blocker? I really don't think I should. I'm going to take the 3. Because we do have the Skymark Rock here to bounce stuff back. I just can't believe we're getting so screwed for plains producing mana. Wow, we're still really screwed. Alright, well... Oh boy. What I think I'm going to be doing now is I think we're just going to Pestermite during his turn to tap his 2/2 so that he doesn't keep smacking us with all that damage. So as soon as I see that phase move, there we go. So he declares combat phase. He hasn't selected attackers though, and we're gonna tap his Paladin. That's gonna stop him from being able to attack with it. It's also gonna pump this guy up. Now the bummer is we don't get the extra benefit of the Squadron Hawk pumping up the Cloudfin Raptor, but we do have the double Pestermites that's still gonna pump this guy up. So It is what it is. And I'm guessing now he's going to play something and get the card draw off of it. I really want to get this guy going, because when he attacks, we get to bounce back a creature with 2 toughness or left to the owner's hand. I mean, as you can imagine, that's going to go very well. All right, he's Banisher Priest, this guy, which is going to get rid of him, and he's going to get a card draw off of it too. We just need to. We just need to draw. We just need. There we go. Unfortunately, though, it's not exactly what we're looking for. I think, though, what we'll do here is we're gonna play the other Pestermite during his the same thing that we did last turn. We're gonna do this Pestermite again to tap the Paladin to stop him from swinging at us, swinging towards us with it. So as soon as he declares attack phase, we'll be doing that exact same thing here. Okay, combat phase has been declared. Choose to tap his Paladin. Doesn't really matter though, because if he attacks with a single creature, it's gonna become a 4/4. However, I might double block to kill something if he does. Like if he attacks with a single creature, and if he attacks with both, I would block as well. So he actually probably won't attack. There we go. Okay, so we'll finally be able to get this guy in play, which makes me very happy. That's not good. We'll be able to get this guy in play, but I should probably reprisal him. I think I should save to reprisal. And, have I played a land this turn, though? I am not sure, so I'm actually going to think twice right now, because I'm not sure if I've played a land this turn. I feel like an idiot. I think I did, but I'm not positive. Okay. Alright, so we got the, Nebulous of the Breath. Alright, that's going to give us opportunity to reprisal next turn. I'm holding off on doing it, because it's going to depend on what he attacks with. If he attacks with a single creature, then we can reprisal one of his, like, something like this. But if he attacks with everything, then we'll reprisal the Crusader. Although I'm assuming he's just going to attack with a single creature. But he's got so much Exalted in play that it'll work out for us. Alright, so let's see what he decides. He's going to attack with everything. Okay. Okay. So what we do is we reprisal the 5/5. We block and kill this, and we block and kill this. Now, he might have pump up, though, so we'll see how this goes out. He might have some pump up here. He has got creature you control, got +2/+1 until end of turn. Alright, well, it stops us from dying, but now he's got, like, a huge advantage. He's got the board to kill us next turn. Well, we can bounce back a creature. We can't. The Nibbles doesn't matter because we can't tap one of his stuff. This thing has Summoning Sickness, so we can't use that effect. This is a 3/3 though, which is nice, and we've got the bounce back. So I think we'll go with this. And the other thing with this is if we survive this turn, then we're gonna be able to start bringing creatures back to his hand because everything that he has a power toughness 2 or less, and whenever this attacks, we get to bounce something like that back. So we've got the Vapor Snag plus the 3/3 blocker. So unless he has another pump up like the one that he played, then we might be able to survive this turn. We might just be able to survive this turn. I'm not sure who I'd Vapor Snag. I could Vapor Snag this, but then he gets to Banisher Priest again. Okay, so he does the pump up pre-combat. So I have to block and bounce here. So let's block this. And let's bounce back. Oh, we still get hit for 7. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. We still get hit for 7. We're at 7. Unless we get the guy to... That's not going to happen. All right. Boo! Bummer. Alrighty, my friends, that is going to do it for this episode of Friday Night Magic. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this blue-white Flyers deck posted up by Legend VD of No Goblins Allowed. Deck list will be linked in the video description below. Have a fantastic weekend. I will see you next Friday. Take it easy.